The human mind is one of the most complex systems in the known universe. Even with all of our advances in technology, we're still trying to understand how it works and what makes it tick. What we do know is that there are many ways to influence someone's thoughts and actions without them even realizing it. Today, we're going to look at some ancient Egyptian tricks that could control your mind without you knowing it. And while these tricks may seem harmless, they can actually be quite powerful. So be sure to watch until the end to learn about them all. The Egyptians were known for their advanced knowledge of mathematics, astronomy, and medicine, as well as their impressive feats of engineering, such as the pyramids and the Sphinx. In fact, many believe that the Egyptians were masters of mentalism and that they used their skills to gain power and influence over others. One of the key elements of ancient Egyptian mind tricks was the use of suggestion. This is why they developed a variety of mind tricks that involved physical contact, such as the laying on of hands. This trick was said to be performed by pharaohs and other important people to protect themselves from evil spirits and malevolent magic. Amulets were small objects that were worn on the body, such as necklaces or bracelets, while talismans were larger objects that were placed in specific locations, such as a home or a grave. Many of them were used for healing and other benevolent purposes. For example, ancient Egyptian healers were said to use mind tricks to cure diseases and injuries. They would use techniques such as laying on of hands and the use of herbs and potions to manipulate the mind and body to promote healing. These objects were believed to have magical powers and were used to protect against evil spirits and curses. Their techniques involved the use of suggestion, symbols, and rituals, as well as the manipulation of the body. Whether used for good or evil, ancient Egyptian mind tricks remain a fascinating and mysterious part of history. Some common amulets and talismans used by the ancient Egyptians included the Eye of Horus, a symbol of protection, and the scarab beetle, a symbol of rebirth. To perform the trick, the person would make a specific hand gesture and recite a prayer to the sun god Ra. The gesture and prayer were believed to create a protective shield around the person, warding off evil spirits and curses. It was also believed that the Eye of Ra could be used to harm enemies, causing them to suffer from misfortune or even death. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching. By manipulating the body, the Egyptians could influence the mind and produce certain effects such as relaxation or even sleep. These mind tricks were often used in conjunction with other techniques such as hypnosis and were believed to be very effective. By planting ideas in people's minds, the Egyptians could control their thoughts and actions without them even realizing it. For example, a pharaoh might use suggestion to make his subjects believe that he was a god or a great king. Or a magician might use it to make his audience believe that he had supernatural powers. But perhaps most intriguing are the ancient Egyptian mind tricks, which were used to control the minds of others without their knowledge or consent. The Egyptians believed that certain symbols and rituals could be used to control the forces of the universe and influence people's minds. For example, the Eye of Ra, a symbol of the sun god Ra, was believed to have magical powers and was often used to protect pharaohs and other important people. Similarly, the Ankh, a symbol of life, was believed to be able to ward off evil spirits and bring good luck. Let's start. According to the tale, Dedi was summoned to the palace after rumors spread of his ability to raise the dead. When he arrived, he was put on trial by the pharaoh's daughter, who wanted to see if he was truly as powerful as they say. Dedi confidently agreed to demonstrate his abilities and raised the daughter's favorite dog from the dead. Impressed by this feat, the princess allowed him to go free and even gave him a noble title and fine clothes. However, when she turned to leave, she noticed that her throne had disappeared. In its place was a small wooden stool. As she sat down, the throne magically reappeared and Dedi was nowhere to be seen. The princess was furious and ordered her guards to find the magician and bring him back to her. But when the guards returned, they reported that DDI had vanished and no one had seen him since. It was as if he had never been there at all. Ancient Egypt was a time of great mystery and intrigue. One of the most famous examples of an ancient Egyptian mind trick is the story of the magician Dedi and his confrontation with the pharaoh's daughter. Another example of an ancient Egyptian mind trick is the story of the sage Amenemhotep and his encounter with a group of soldiers. According to the tale, Amenemhotep was traveling through the desert when he was attacked by a group of soldiers who wanted to rob him. But instead of resisting, Amenemhotep pretended to be crazy. He danced and sang in a strange manner and made wild gestures as if he were possessed by a demon. The soldiers were terrified and dropped their weapons, believing that the sage was a powerful sorcerer. With his mind tricks, Amenemhotep was able to escape and the soldiers were left to flee in terror. These are just two examples of the many mind tricks used by ancient Egyptians. Another important aspect of ancient Egyptian mind tricks was the use of symbols and rituals. The ancient Egyptians also believed that the mind could be controlled through the manipulation of the body. One of the most famous ancient Egyptian mind tricks was the Eye of Ra, also known as the Evil Eye. Another popular ancient Egyptian mind trick was the use of amulets and talismans. It should be noted that not all ancient Egyptian mind tricks were used for nefarious purposes. In conclusion, the ancient Egyptians were masters of mind tricks and mentalism, and they used their skills for a variety of purposes, from gaining power and influence to protecting themselves from evil spirits. But what do you think? Have you ever experienced anything like this before? Let me know in the comments below.